We all feel stressed sometimes. But why? Today, 10 people share what makes them stressed and how they feel about it. Let's hear their stories. Person 1. Work. For me, the biggest reason I feel stressed is work. I spend many hours at work every day. Sometimes I have too many things to do, but not enough time. My boss may give me a new task when I am still working on another one. Then I start thinking, how can I finish everything? Sometimes I also check my work messages after work. I know I should relax, but I feel like I always need to be ready. Another problem is that I want to do my job well. I don't want to make mistakes. So even when I go home, I sometimes think about my work. I think many people feel the same way. We work because we need money, but sometimes work takes too much of our time and energy. I don't think work itself is always bad. I actually like my job. But I think we need a better balance between work and life. For me, stress becomes worse when I don't have enough time to rest. Now I am trying to make a small change. When my workday ends, I try to stop thinking about work. I turn off my work messages, take a shower, eat dinner, and spend some quiet time. I am learning that working hard is important, but resting is important too. Person 2. Money. For me, money is the biggest source of stress. Life is expensive these days. We need money for food, rent, transportation, bills, and many other things. Sometimes I look at my bank account and start worrying. I think, do I have enough money for this month? And if something unexpected happens, like a medical bill or a broken phone, I become even more stressed. I also think about the future. What if I lose my job? What if I need a lot of money one day? What if I cannot save enough? These questions can stay in my mind for a long time. I know money is not everything, but it is difficult to feel relaxed when you have financial problems. Sometimes people say, don't worry about money, but it is not always that simple. However, I have learned something important. Worrying about money does not create more money. So now I try to focus on what I can control. I make a simple budget, I try not to buy things I don't need, and I save a little money every month. I still worry sometimes, but I feel better when I have a plan. I think having less money can be stressful, but not knowing how to manage your money can also create stress. Person 3. Social media. I think social media makes me stressed. Before I started using social media a lot, I didn't compare my life with other people so much. Now, I open my phone and see people traveling, buying new things, getting married, getting new jobs, and enjoying their lives. Sometimes I look at them and think, why is my life not like that? I know social media does not show the whole truth. People usually share their best moments. They don't usually post their problems, failures, or bad days. But sometimes I forget that. I compare my normal day with someone else's best day, and that makes me feel bad. I also feel pressure to reply to messages, check notifications, and keep up with everything. There is always something new to see. So recently, I started spending less time on social media. I don't check my phone as soon as I wake up. I also try to put my phone away before I sleep. The funny thing is, when I use social media less, I don't feel like I am missing something. Actually, I feel calmer. I think social media is not always bad. It can help us learn, communicate, and have fun. But if we use it too much, it can make us compare ourselves with others. And sometimes that comparison creates stress. Person 4. Family. For me, family is the biggest reason for stress. I love my family very much, but sometimes I have many responsibilities. I have to think about my parents, my children, and other family members. Sometimes everyone needs something from me. One person needs help with money, another person needs advice. Someone is sick, someone has a problem, and I feel like I need to be strong for everyone. But the truth is, I also have problems. Sometimes I want to say, I am tired too, but I don't always say it because I don't want my family to worry about me. I think many people feel this way. We love our families, so we want to help them, but helping everyone all the time can make us tired. I am learning that taking care of myself does not mean I don't care about my family. Sometimes I need to rest. Sometimes I need to say no. And sometimes I need to ask for help. I think family should be a place where we can feel safe, not a place where we feel that we must be perfect. We cannot solve every problem for everyone. Sometimes the best thing we can do is simply listen and be there. Person 5. Relationships. I think relationships can create a lot of stress. It can be a relationship with a boyfriend or girlfriend, a husband or wife, a friend, or even a family member. When you care about someone, their feelings can affect your feelings. For example, if my partner is angry, I may start wondering what I did wrong. If they don't reply to my message, I may start thinking too much. I may ask myself, are they angry with me? Did I do something wrong? Do they still care about me? Sometimes the problem is actually very small, but my mind makes it bigger. I think communication is very important. Instead of guessing what another person is thinking, we should talk to them. We should say how we feel. We should listen too. Of course, relationships are not always easy. People have different personalities, opinions, and needs, but I don't think we should expect a relationship to be perfect. Sometimes we create stress because we want everything to go exactly the way we want. Now I try to communicate more and worry less. I remind myself that I cannot control another person's feelings. I can only control how I communicate and how I treat them. That makes relationships much easier for me. Person 6. Not enough time. For me, the problem is time. I always feel busy. I wake up in the morning and already have many things to do. I have work, housework, shopping, messages, appointments, and other responsibilities. Sometimes I want to relax, but I think, I don't have time. Even when I have free time, I feel guilty. I think I should be doing something useful. I should study English. I should exercise. I should clean my room. I should learn a new skill. There are so many things I want to do. But there are only 24 hours in a day. I think one reason we are stressed is because we expect too much from ourselves. We want to work, study, exercise, travel, spend time with family, have a social life, and still get enough sleep. It is difficult to do everything. So now I try to choose what is really important. I don't need to finish everything today. Sometimes I only choose 3 important things. If I finish them, I feel good. I also try to give myself permission to rest. Rest is not wasting time. Sometimes rest helps us do things better later. Person 7. The future. I think I feel stressed because I worry too much about the future. I often think about what my life will look like in 5 or 10 years. Will I have a good job? Will I have enough money? Will I be successful? Will I be happy? Sometimes I have so many questions that I cannot enjoy the present moment. For example, I may be having dinner with my friends, but my mind is thinking about next year. I may be watching a movie, but I am thinking about my career. I know the future is important, but we don't know exactly what will happen. That is the difficult part. We can make plans, but life can change. So I am trying to focus more on today. I can work on my skills today. I can save money today. I can take care of my health today. I can spend time with people I love today. These are things I can control. I still make plans for the future, but I don't want to live in the future. I think we sometimes become stressed because we try to solve problems that don't even exist yet. Maybe the future does not need all our worry. Maybe it needs our preparation instead. Person 8. Study and success. For me, studying creates a lot of stress. When I was younger, I thought school was the main source of stress. There were exams, homework, projects, and deadlines. But now I think the biggest pressure comes from wanting to be successful. Everyone seems to have a goal. Some people get good grades. Some people get good jobs. Some people start businesses. Some people become successful at a young age. Then I look at myself and think, am I doing enough? I think young people especially feel this pressure. We want to have a successful future, but we don't always know what we should do. Sometimes we are afraid of making the wrong choice. I have learned that success does not happen at the same speed for everyone. Some people find success when they are young. Others need more time. There is nothing wrong with that. Now I try to compare myself with my past self instead of other people. If I know more today than I knew last year, that is progress. If I can do something today that I couldn't do before, that is also success. I think learning is important, but we don't need to become perfect. We just need to keep moving forward. Person 9. Modern life. I think modern life itself can make us stressed. We have so many things now. We have smartphones, computers, social media, emails, news, videos, shopping apps, and many other things. Technology makes life easier, but sometimes it also makes life noisier. There is always something to check. There is always a message. There is always a new video. There is always some news. Sometimes I feel like my brain never gets a real break. Even when I sit down, my phone is next to me. Even when I am eating, I may watch videos. Even when I am in bed, I may check messages. So recently, I started creating quiet time. I eat without my phone, I walk without checking messages, and sometimes I sit quietly for a few minutes. At first, it felt strange, but now I enjoy it. I think we don't always need more entertainment. Sometimes we need less noise. Modern life gives us many choices, but too many choices can also make us tired. For me, a simpler life feels more peaceful. Person 10. Overthinking. For me, the biggest problem is not work, money, family, or social media. It is my own mind. I overthink everything. Sometimes something small happens, and I think about it for hours. Someone says something to me, and later I wonder what they really meant. I make a small mistake, and I keep thinking about it. Sometimes I worry about things that may never happen. I know I cannot control everything, but my mind keeps trying. I think overthinking is one of the biggest reasons people feel stressed. The problem is that thinking can feel useful. We think, maybe if I think about this more, I can find the answer. But sometimes thinking more does not help. It only makes us more worried. Now, when I notice that I am overthinking, I ask myself one question. Can I do something about this right now? If the answer is yes, I take action. If the answer is no, I try to let it go. I am not perfect at it. I still overthink sometimes, but I am learning that not every thought needs my attention. Sometimes we need to stop thinking and simply breathe. So why are we all so stressed? Maybe there is no single answer. For one person, it is work. For another person, it is money. For someone else, it is family, relationships, social media, or the fear of the future. And sometimes the biggest source of stress is our own mind. Stress is a normal part of life, but we don't have to carry every problem at the same time. Sometimes we need to slow down. Sometimes we need to rest. And sometimes we simply need to remind ourselves, we are doing our best. Thank you for listening. And now think about yourself. What makes you feel stressed? Is it work, money, relationships, or something else? Share your opinion in the comments. See you in the next video on Speak English Anywhere.